What's up, everybody? Welcome back to What If Boise State joined the Pac-12. They will take 4 conference losses, excuse me, and it won't be a super great first season is what we have learned so far. A far cry from both what happened in real life and what happened in the simulation, which predicted only 2 losses for the whole season. A loss total that included a loss to Utah. Really quickly, we'll go over here and we will take a look at the conference standings first, because we are going to be out of the running for the Pac-12 championship. As you saw over here, top stories led by Gonzalez and crew. Oregon knocks off Pac-12 opponent Boise State, lost by 3. You can also tell or see Boise State no longer ranked. So with that, we will finish at best 3rd, I think. Yeah, I think we can get to 3rd, maybe above Washington, but we need to win, and Washington needs to lose. So, not great. Last week's 3-point loss to Oregon really set the Broncos back. We were in contention to maybe win the Pac-12 North, maybe go to the Pac-12 championship and play there. But alas, it will not be us. It will be Oregon or Stanford facing off against USC, who has to be UCLA, maybe their last opponent. Yeah. So they did not. It looks like they didn't play last week. But that is what is happening in the Pac-12. Now let's check out what's happening nationwide. Ugh, gross. Yuck. Notre Dame is number 1. Yikes. They moved up a spot after Mississippi State took a little bit of a tumble. So we have Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Nevada, a team that is in the WAC, all the way up at number 3, benefiting from Boise State not being in the conference. Interesting. Alabama, Oklahoma, or Ohio State, excuse me, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida State, South Carolina, TCU, Michigan State, Stanford, USC, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech dropping a few spots themselves, Georgia Tech, Arkansas, Oregon moving up 2 spots after they beat Boise State, Illinois slipping all the way to 20th from 13th, NC State moving up a spot, Penn State dropping 7 spots, Fresno State, Washington, and North Carolina. Also receiving votes, Houston, UCF, Wisconsin, USF, Georgia, Boise State, and Southern Miss. And you can see the lone team that dropped out was number 19, Boise State. Didn't show a whole lot on the offensive side of the ball until the second half, and even then it was pretty sporadic. The defense played well, minus a couple plays here or there, specifically the 66-yard touchdown pass, or the 82-yard, excuse me, the 82-yard touchdown pass. The 66-yard touchdown pass was on the good guys' side. So, we'll see if the defense can maintain. We'll see if the offense can maybe get a little bit of momentum going to round out the regular season against 8-3 Utah. Coming up right now. As always, don't play, excuse me, we just watch. We don't watch, we just play. I describe it. I do a radio telecast. And we are in to watch the Utes and the Broncos play on the blue in Boise, Idaho. Audio might be a little bit quieter this time around, specifically because Boise State has a much smaller stadium than Oregon does, but we'll see what happens. Take a sip of Mountain Dew while this loads, and we get you set with the pregame preamble. Can you imagine going 7-5? I might not keep my job into next season. I might have to figure out something else. I'll just create a new coach. I guess I could just move up. This is NCAA football. I could move up to 13. I have that on the 360. If I lose my job, I'll figure it out. But I'm at like 50%, and it may be lower than that because I lost to Oregon. But here we are, ESPN College Football, right here on twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex on the Boise Blue, as we get you set for Utes at Broncos. Pardon me. A little tickle in the old throat there. This is the last time we'll see the Blue this season. We have 3 more episodes before Season 2 starts. We have Pac-12 championship game, which we'll watch regardless of the teams, as we take a look at Wilson here with 21 tackles, 43 ATK, all right, and 2 sacks. Looking to look at him. Could pose some problems for a Boise State offense that has been stagnant and not great. So Pac-12 championship, regardless of who's playing, we'll watch that. Could be Oregon USC, could be pretty good. Could be Stanford USC, maybe not as good. And then we'll take a look at the Boise State Bowl game, see who they play, and then we'll do a off-season / predictions / look back at, comparison, recap. That's the one I was looking for. Boise State deferred. They'll kick the ball first, so they'll get it first in the second half. The kick was fielded at the goal line and run back 30 yards. So an excellent return for the Utes. He's brought down. Utah, first crack at it. I formation. Motion. Fake the handoff, throwing it deep. The pressure might have gotten there a little bit. It's going to be caught. No, dropped. Sorry, dropped. Brad Singleton coming up limping. He's 6'2", from California. He's grabbing at that knee. Hopefully nothing too serious. So, shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side. That was an excellent defensive play by Boise State to break up that screen. Probably should have been a pick. The pressure almost got there anyway. So, 2 plays, 2 pressures on the quarterback. I don't know if they'll count that as pressures, but Utah will drop, floats pass over to the left side. That is all kinds of Boise State players right there. And that'll force a 3 and out. Utah, I believe, is second in the Pac-12 South. I haven't been paying attention to that division because it's been USC's for the entirety of the season. They raced out to a big lead and haven't given up any ground since. No, yeah, they haven't really given up much ground. Much ground, if any. And I believe Utah has been the next team up. And we see it again with Austin. He holds onto the ball too long, takes a 7-yard sack. That's an excellent defensive play by Utah's defense. Defensive play by Utah's defense, that makes sense. Not redundant at all. But it's probably more of a coverage sack than a defensive line sack. Stuck with it and got to him. Dropped him for a loss of 7 on the play. Trips receivers up to the top side of the screen. Finds an open man. Slips a tackle a little bit. That'll be Jackson picking up a gain of 13 and making it a 3rd and very manageable. Looks like he warped through that man. So we have 2 Jacksons on the team, running back and I believe it's a tight end. Here we go, goal line set. Shifting to an weak side eye? Offset eye, that's what it was. Didn't matter because it was a throw over to Utley, I believe, is this receiver. Nice find, good timing. Threw it right in the hole. Hole in the defense. Caught the ball, and that'll be a 1st down for Boise State. Looking much better than they did on that first drive against Oregon when they threw an interception almost immediately and they were down 3-0. We get a look at good old Bullseye over here. He found the spot on the field where maybe the goalposts aren't directly in the way of the camera shot. Single back set. Still haven't handed the ball to Jackson. Finds a guy, receiver in the flat. Hit immediately, and the ball is knocked loose. Incomplete pass makes it 2nd down and 10. Hand the ball off right side. Huge hole for Jackson, the running back. And that is an excellent gain. 1st down for Boise State. They really need to hand the ball off more. Excellent blocking. Nice find find the hole there. Doesn't really even get touched until he gets to the secondary. 3rd level of the defense going, oh, please, dear God. Don't let him get to us. 2 receivers, bottom side of the screen. I formation, play action pass. Finds receiver over the middle. That's Mayhew, who will catch it for about 12 yards, and that'll be a 1st down. I think Boise State would be a cool place to go see a football game. I have been thinking about other stadiums that I would like to go see football games at. Because I've been to Pullman, obviously, because I go there not all the time, but usually once a year I go. And I went to my holy grail of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nice find up the left side there. Nice run. 9-yard gain will set up 2nd down in inches. Been to Lambeau Field. So now I'm kind of considering what other stadiums I'd like to go to. Boise State would be a cool one to go to. Autzen Stadium would be neat to go to. I kind of like to go to Husky Stadium as well, just because I like going to Seattle. That'd be cool. But the Cougars, Washington State, have a home-and-home series against Wisconsin. So what I want to do is go see the game in Madison, watch the Cougars play the Badgers in Madison, and then the next year watch the Cougars play the Badgers in Pullman. I think that'd be cool. But as for the game right now, I'd also like to go to a Minnesota pro game. By the way, well, just to finish off that thought, Minnesota would be a cool stadium to visit. I'd like to go there. Lambeau Field was incredible. It is the literal dream come true. So 2nd down and goal here, just outside of the 10 at the 11-yard line. 2:03 remaining. Boise State looking good so far here on the opening drive. Looked like they were running a little bit of an option play there, and there was just no room for anything to happen there. Excellent defensive play by Utah to drop them in the backfield. So it is a 3rd down and very long goal to go situation. And they are sucking up a lot of time off this clock. That was a 5-yard sack. Split receivers, 2 and 2, top and bottom side. Stands in the pocket, fires, and finds a wide open guy in the end zone for a Boise State touchdown. Nice play there. A good find. Austin sometimes holds on to the ball way too long, and I start to get nervous, but for some reason the defender for the Utes, you saw him, number 2, bit up the field a little bit, and it allowed Brooks, I believe, number 20, to slip behind and find a wide open spot in the end zone. For some reason, we're going to get a booth review here. We've seen some questionable booth reviews. That's in. That's good. That's a touchdown. Oh, God. They're going to take it away. Yeah, that's good in the NFL. Okay, stance. All right. Not really sure why they did that. All right. So, the extra point is good, and it is now 7-0. Boise State up on Utah. 11-play, 66-yard drive. 3 minutes off the clock, and a 16-yard touchdown pass to cap it all off. That's what you want to see. That's, a good, long, methodical drive that doesn't end in an interception is what you're looking for. Huge run back for Utah. That is 2 run backs on the kickoff, and that has been 2 incredible returns for the Utes right at the goal line, and they are getting up to the 30. This one up to the 33, 34 yard line. So here comes Utah. Boise State jumps the snap, throws the ball just over a Boise State defender, catching that pass, giving him a little bit of a moss to there. Woody, oh my God, Sheriff Woody's the quarterback. Okay, that replay didn't, it looked closer on that initial camera angle than it actually was in the replay. But that'll be a first down and 10, Boise State 48-yard line. Drops back, looks over, right side, wide open. Wide open inside the 30, down at the 28-yard line. So another first down to first down for Boise State here. Sheriff Woody slinging those guns all over the place, slinging that ball all over the place. And that is two nice completions to start this drive. Single back formation, split receivers top and bottom. Picks up the blitzer, up and over. Couldn't find the receiver. I think it'd be cool to go to that little, there's like a little barn or like house or something in one of the end zones. That'd be cool seats to get. Delayed handoff for Utah after the incomplete pass on first down. That's going to go for a negative yard, and it'll set up third down and 11. Boise State sends 5 rushers, and he's wide open again on the outside. The defender makes an excellent, does that say Woody or Moody? Moody? No, it's Woody. It's Sheriff Woody. We'll go with it. Even if it's Moody, it's Woody. Field goal is up and good. The defense, though, made an excellent play on that third down and 11. Boise State has left the Utah receiver open on that right sideline a couple of times now. 6-play, 40-yard drive. Took a minute off the clock, and in 2 seconds. The field goal is good, so Utah comes away with some points. Boise State takes it at the goal line up to the 20. Crosses the 25 and gets to the 30. Depending on where they mark the ball, he might be even further than the 30. But another excellent return here, and we've seen 3 returns, and each of them have gotten to the 30-yard line. So some good starting field position for both teams. First down and 10. And it looks like they'll mark it for the 41-yard line, the first down marker. See if Boise State turns around and hands the ball off. They do. Find some room on the left side. Gets a 4-yard gain. We're under 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. God, this crowd is really quiet. Boy, Utah showing a little pressure off that edge. Instead, we'll just end the first quarter. 7-3. Boise State leads, but Utah striking back. This is ESPN College Football on twitch.tv/Shawnosaurus Rex. We'll be right back. Shotgun snap here. Welcome back to second quarter action. That just hit Wilson and just fell incomplete. What a weird play there. Five receivers set. 3 up top. Looking at a 3rd and 6 here. Finds a guy over the middle. That'll be a first down and 10 for the Broncos of Boise State. Single back formation. Utah jumped the snap again. Jackson able to slip out of the initial tackler. Still able to fall forward for a gain of 3 yards. So it'll make it second down and 7 from the 45. Another slow-paced drive for the Broncos. Motion sets up the offset I. Another carry for Jackson. Nothing doing there. 3rd down and 7. Jackson been having a great season. Both Jacksons actually have been performing very well this season. Shift along the offensive line. 5 rushers for Utah. Finds his crossing receiver, or receiver on an out route. Finds a guy out near the sideline at the 45-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down for Boise State. And we'll be looking at a fresh set of downs for the Broncos. Wilson, nice find there. Wilson's been good, but he's been a little inconsistent. He also doesn't seem to have a ton of deep passes. He usually runs those crossing routes and shallow crosses and stuff like that. So usually when you see him, he's right in the middle of the field, little slot receiver. Little slot receiver action going on there. Austin, quick drop there. Finds his man, 5-yard gain, 2nd down. Looks like it's Utley, I believe. There's a look at the Utah sideline. Coach trying to figure out what to do. There is really weird lighting and shading in this game. It just is odd. I formation for Boise State. 2nd down and 5 from the 39-yard line. Goes with a hard count. Pitches out left. A couple of good blocks there. Able to turn the corner, grab 4 yards. Jackson sets up a 3rd and very short. 3rd and 1. If I'm Boise State, I'm looking at a field goal here to kick it back out to that 7-point lead. Another I formation set. They'll play action pass to Jackson. Float it over the middle. Nice play there. So that's Utley. It's a gain of about 4 yards. With Boise State with another 1st down here. And yet again, just dinking and dunking their way down the field. Hands ball off. Looked like Utah was selling out to stop the run there. They still give up 4 yards. They had 6 rushers there, probably. Just doing everything they can to get Jackson on the ground. And no go. It's like Austin might be calling an audible. Single back set, 2 receivers, top side. They're going to hand the ball off to the left side. He'll get close to that 1st down marker. But he will be short, and Jackson is injured. Oh, no. 5'9" from California, 212. He's a senior. He's a redshirt. He's been such a strong presence on this team offensively. Hopefully he's not out for long. Clark, though, the backup running back, not bad. Going with a play-action pass. Definitely had a receiver off to the right side, but when you go to the left and you complete the pass, hard to argue. Offset I. Shifting into a more like a power I formation. They'll just run it in behind those big strong linemen, getting a good push. Couple yards there. 2nd down and goal. I formation, goal line formation. Utah getting in the backfield. Holding them. 3rd down and goal. Boise State didn't really have a reason to take that 2nd timeout, by the way. Run the clock down. Fires it. Touchdown. So Rice coming up with the score on this one. So the receivers in the 80s are like Rice, Mayhew, Utley, Jackson. That guy, he just ran up, sat down, and said, "Throw it. I'm ready." Touchdown, Boise State. Austin tossing his 2nd of the day. No interceptions. Be interested to see how long that drive was, because it was 3.5 minutes plus. Moving with a much more methodical approach this time around. 15 plays, 69 yards. Nice. 3:55. Austin to Rice for 2 yards and the score. So the nicest drive of the season gives Boise State an 11-point lead with 1:32 remaining. Fielded at the goal line, up to the 25, 28. Not quite the 30. The first return that has come short of the 30, but still got to like the 28-yard line. So 1:28 for Utah to work with, and all 3 timeouts. If I'm Boise State, I wouldn't have taken the 2nd timeout. I would have given myself another opportunity to stop the clock here. Hopefully capitalize on the momentum that I've been given on offense. There's a Boise defender just got plowed on his back. Another run from Sheriff Woody. That's a first down. So 2 plays, 2 scrambles. Getting them all the way up to the 45-yard line. Fires over the middle. That's a first down. Clock stops to reset the chains.
That makes it 1st and 10.
And they'll be into Boise State territory inside the 45 or the 44-yard line. Davis having some words. Probably exchanging phone numbers. Workout plans, you know. Yo, man, I got a real good trainer. You want to come down, hang out, catch some balls? Little delayed blitz there. Floated way outside. That might be a catch. Incomplete. Incomplete pass. Looked like he was going to get it right there on the edge. Or on the boundary, but no such luck. Boise State. Oh, excellent defense. They had 2 receivers running free. A little more air under that ball, and that is a touchdown for Utah. Just missed him, and it was an excellent defensive play. Screen against Boise State, and there were no blocks. Oh, man. 2 big plays for the Boise State defense there. Try a long field goal. This is a long, long field goal. They just don't take timeouts on defense for some reason. I don't know why. Looking to make it 14-6. Boise State does get the ball at half, so it would have been advantageous to take a timeout there. And the kick is, well short. No good. So the score will remain 14-3 with 5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So where does Boise State take over here? Because they're going to be near they're going to be near midfield. 41-yard line. You just don't have enough time. You really needed to take that time out. Launches going deep. It's at the goal line. Incomplete. Incomplete pass to end the first half. So 14-3 Boise State leads, and they get the kick at half. More college football coming right up. Boise State defending the blue. 14-3 is the score. Utah fans looking dejected. There's the Ute. Or the bird. I don't know what kind of bird that is. I assume. Probably shouldn't assume, but Broncos have looked good. Austin, 2 touchdown passes. So here we go. Second half, kicking off. Met at the 25-yard line, driven back, so it'll be first down and 10, Boise State. Here's a look at the game track. Boise State getting sacked. Guess this is a game track for the Utah defense. Another sack that was on a pretty ugly option play that Boise State elected to run for some reason. Saw the missed field goal there. So settle in here. We have 10 more minutes of game action for you. Looks like Clark is going to take over the running back duties from Jackson, who left with an injury. He'll come in and he'll get -1 yard. Boise State's going to probably want to keep a closer eye on the clock than normal. With Jackson in the backfield, it's a little bit more of a sure thing that they're going to be able to pick up yards. That's an incomplete pass on 2nd and 11. With Clark, he's fine, but he doesn't have a ton of experience. He might be the starting back next season. Ooh, they got a free rusher on the outside there. A little screenplay here. That's going to be good for a first down and more. Across the 50, down to the 40, 30. That's a touchdown, Boise State. 10, 5. Touchdown for Clark. My goodness. Screenplay to perfection. Austin took a hit there and just good enough blocks to spring him loose. One Utah player dove and just not enough room for number 2 to catch up. That's a huge play. I was trying to explain that Jackson a little more automatic with the yards to keep the chains moving, to keep the clock moving and churning and going. With Clark, I don't know if you get quite that same consistency from a running back perspective. 3 plays, 75-yard drive, took 41 seconds, and it was a 76-yard touchdown on a 3rd and 11. So with Boise State, what I was going to say is the Boise State probably needed to keep an eye on the clock and make sure it was going a little bit more so they didn't have to get into a throwing game, and so they didn't give Utah enough time to get back into the game. They're not out of the game necessarily. They're only down 18. This is their first possession of the second half. Starting out with a play fake, finding his man in the flat. That's up to the 40, that's up to the 50. They're to the 40 and shoved out of bounds after a big gain into Boise State territory. Because if you keep giving Utah opportunities, Boise State's defense is going to get tired. They'll give up big plays. Then all of a sudden, you blow an 11-point halftime lead with that 75-yard score. Changes the complexion of the game, so now it is an 18-point game. But that even could change quickly in favor of Utah, bringing it back down to the 11-point game. Found another receiver open on the sideline. Robbie, oh, it's Moody. It's not Woody. It's Sheriff Woody. We're going to go with Woody. Robert Woody. Low snap. They're going to use a screen against Boise State. That didn't work earlier, and it did not work that time. That's going to be a loss on the play. Number 40, shedding that block and bringing him down. Single back set here for Utah on a 2nd and 15, shifting. And that's going to be an offsides penalty on Boise State, as it was just a defender in man coverage trying to run with his receiver, but for some reason he ended up in front of the defensive lineman. Weird. So the 5 yards lost on the previous screen, gained right back on a really weird penalty. I'll change what Utah does. Delayed handoff, met at the line. No gain. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Utes. Field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good, but it makes it a 15-point game, which is technically a 2-score game. Just don't want to rely on having to score a 2-point conversion late in this one. Boise State rushes 4. Floats the pass over the top, and that's going to be intercepted. Nice grab by Boise State deep in their own territory. Can't quite get back out to the 20, so it'll be some not great field position for Boise State, but nice play. Hicks was right there. I don't think that was going anywhere positive, even if he had dropped the interception. He doesn't, comes away with a turnover. Boise State looks to add to their lead. Playing well against a Utah team that I thought would challenge them a little more, just based on their record of 7-3. But Boise State can look at an eighth win here. They can look at a 9th win in a bowl game. .233 remaining. First half. Or 3rd quarter, excuse me. I don't know why I said first half. Drops back to pass. Floats it up over the top. That is caught on the sideline. Austin 13 for 17, 187 yards. A large chunk of that coming on that big giant screen pass touchdown. He's played well enough to where you don't hold it against him. Mayhew. That is going to be overturned. Unless they qualify that his left foot was in bounds. Yeah, it's definitely was an incomplete pass. So instead of first down, it is first and 10 rather. It's 3rd and 8. Split back shotgun set. Drops back to pass. Floats up over the top into triple coverage, and that is just a bonehead throw right there. You're really risking too much. Nice deflection there by number 32. And nothing doing for Boise State after the turnover. So the first time that they have a punt. They've scored on their previous 3 possessions. Fielded at the 35. He's going to run it up to about the 47-yard line. That'll be first down and 10. Henderson helps up a Boise State player. And we're looking at 2:11 in the third quarter. Another penalty flag, pre-snap penalty.
Dead ball.
Ooh, false start.
False start on the offense. Still first down.
So first down and 15 following the procedure penalty. (21-3). Utah's defense bailing them out of that bad turnover. And I thought Utah would be looking at a field goal next possession, trying to make it 21-6. Which of course would mean that they would need 2 touchdowns. One of them would need to be followed by a 2-point conversion. Boise State getting there with their defense. Incomplete pass. Would have been out of bounds anyway because the animation kicked in late. He was already a step out of bounds. But he dropped it anyway, so it didn't matter. Motioning the running back out of the backfield for a 5-receiver set. Boise State gets there, picks up, or forces the fumble, but Utah picks up the fumble. And it is 4th down and 23. Boise State is having their way with the Utah offensive line here, getting off the blocks, causing fumbles, wreaking all kinds of havoc on good old Sheriff Woody back there. And that'll mean that Utah will punt the ball away. They aren't showing a ton of fight against the Boise State defense. Angling it out of bounds. It's going to be at worst for Boise State at the 30, but it'll probably be up a little bit. It's hard to tell where those balls go out of bounds. 33-yard line. So first down and 10. Looks like Clark is still in the game. Nice jump by Utah, excuse me, their defense. Really timed that snap count well. Hard count might work in Boise State's favor. They could get a free 5 yards here. 4-yard run makes it 2nd down and 6. They'll hand the ball off again. Utah again clogging up all the running lanes, just selling out to stop the run. 1-yard loss for Clark will make it 3rd down and 7. Fake the handoff to the fullback, drops back, and fires a bullet. To who Utley looks like. He'll be inside the 40, and that'll be a first down. 13 of 18, 200 yards for Chris Austin. Performing well so far today. Had a bit of a rough game against Oregon last week, and he hasn't fared particularly well against Pac-12 defenses.
Wilson tackles him in the backfield. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
So a 1-yard loss there. We're winding down the third quarter of action. Could see the last play of the third quarter. 18-point lead for Boise State. Single back set. Clark gets the ball again, and again Utah just stuffing those running lanes. So we'll head to the fourth quarter. Boise State up 18 and driving. We'll look at a 3rd down when we come back. ESPN College Football right here on twitch.tv/Shawnosaurus Rex. So a 2-yard gain doesn't do anything for Boise State. Welcome back to the fourth quarter. It'll be 4th down and 8. Boise State will kick a field goal. It is good. 24-3. Now a 3-touchdown game. 7-play, 32-yard drive. Minute 37 off the clock, and it leads to a 51-yard field goal to lead off the fourth quarter in the final game of the regular season for Boise State. Good special teams coverage there, giving Utah their worst starting field position at the 26-yard line. They've been running it easily up to the 30. So 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. A little motion here. They find another open receiver. It looks like they're finding some good gaps in the zone coverage that Boise State is running.
That makes it 1st and 10.
There was not a defender within like 3 or 4 yards of that dude. Had all kinds of room to catch that pass. 3 down linemen for Boise State. Finding another open receiver there. 8-yard gain.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
That time looked like it was a man coverage look. And number 10, I believe it's Henderson. Number 10 just outran his defender. So 2nd down and 2 following on the following possession after that Boise State field goal. That one will be it's about a 7-yard run for a 1st down. From the 45-yard line, excuse me. Boise State going to need to bring some pressure here. That should have been picked. I think it was caught by a Utah player. My goodness. What a mess that was. Green sheds the block. Looked like Boise State defender absolutely had a shot at a pick there and just wasn't lined up correctly. Weird. So 3:38 remaining. Utah's got to pick up their pace a little bit. They're in a good spot to pick up some points here. They're inside the 25-yard line with 3:29 to go. They have all 3 timeouts, so they need a touchdown here. That pass is tipped, and it'll be caught by Utah. 9-yard gain. It's a 2nd down and 1. So another nice play. Boise State absolutely should be penalized for an offsides or an encroachment penalty there. He absolutely jumped that snap, which is why he had such a clear path to the quarterback. Utah spread everybody out, 5 wide receivers. Finds a little space and converts for a 1st down. So 1st down and goal. Utah drops back to pass. Finds him in the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Utes. So Utah looking good on that drive. Up-tempo typically works pretty well against Boise State. Arizona had some up-tempo stuff that was able to get behind the Boise State defense for big plays. And it looks like Sheriff Woody's actually going to have an injured knee here. He'll come out of the game with 3:07 on the clock here. So that is not good. Just as they were starting to get some offensive momentum, he has to come out of the game with an injury. Field goal is, or the extra point I should say, is up and good. Woody to Simon, 5 yards for a touchdown. 9 plays, 73 yards, minute 32 off the clock. I know it says Moody, but I don't care. Sheriff Woody. It's going to be illegal touching. That was a terrible onside kick.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team. Still on 1st down.
So 1st down and 10 for Boise State on the 35-yard line going in. They're already in field goal range. Handoff left side. Nothing doing there. No gain. If I was Utah, I wouldn't have tried the onside kick there. I would have kicked it deep, used all my timeouts, or just let the clock run. Either and or. I guess it's not either and or. Either. you know, let the clock run, whatever, use timeouts, and then have them kick the ball back. I would only use an onside kick when you absolutely need it. At this point, you're just going to give Boise State a free 3 points, and that was a very poorly executed onside kick on top of it. It's a first down for Boise State. Utah will take another timeout. And Boise State looking with a 14-point lead. This one's never really been in doubt. It's a flag, most likely going to be a hold on the Boise State Broncos.
Holding on the offense. Still first down.
So first down and 18 with 2:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. They'll graciously run the clock down. Utah will take their final timeout. Second down and 16. Too little, too late. We got to go back to a couple of plays here that I think are key in this game. Number one, obviously, was the interception. That was huge for Boise State. It didn't lead to any points. Or did it? Did it lead to that long touchdown? It doesn't matter. The point is, why it's important is because Utah was looking good, and they were probably going to cut it down to a 14-6 game, something like that. And that was big. But I think the bigger play on defense was there was a tip pass in the third quarter. Jump ball, nothing doing there. Okay. Teams have a weird habit of throwing on third and long when a game is well in hand. We saw it with Oregon. We saw it against Oregon State with Boise State. Weird. Now kick the field goal. It is up. It splits the uprights, and it is 27-10. So there was a tip pass early in the third quarter, I believe, where the Boise State defenders, 7 plays, 8 yards, 212 off the clock. Where there were 2 Utah receivers wide open. And if the ball had gotten over those defenders, it would have been easy score. But the tip pass prevented that, and they were able to not let Utah score.
Number 12 is in at quarterback.
All right, 46 seconds here. Utah, last-ditch effort. Not nearly enough time. We'll have to bring in a different quarterback who will fire an incomplete pass. Sheriff Woody out of the game.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Drop back to pass yet again. Free rush for Boise State. Misses a tackle. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Wow. 1 for 2. The one that's completed counts for a touchdown. Nice broken tackle there by Henderson. And he is free and gone. Free to celebrate and enjoy and score a touchdown like a goddamn champion. So this will make it 27-17. This is why you don't kick the ball deep. Granted, Boise State got a first down and they burned all of their timeouts and ran out of time. They were also generously gifted an incomplete pass, which left some time on the clock as well. But if you take the 3 points off, let's say let's say that Boise State they get stopped, right? You have better field position and you don't give up those points. Yeah, you're out of timeouts, but now instead it's 24-7 or 24-17. Looking at a bit of a different game. Doesn't really matter though, because Boise State will kneel it down. Take the remaining time off of this clock, and that will do it. Boise State, in a game that was very fast-paced, A lot of scoring. Boise State has several methodical long drives throughout this game that definitely helped shorten up this contest. Boise State 24, or 27, excuse me. Boise State 27, Utah 17. This has been ESPN College Football on twitch.tv/JonosaurusRex. Take a look at the play of the game, and then we'll wrap it up and get you set for the next episode of What If Boise State Joined the Pac-12. This is a huge play. I know it's the play of the game, and it's play of the game for a reason. It was 14-3 at that point, and that made it 20-3. And that was a 3rd down and 11. That might have been after that interception I was talking about earlier, but either way, it was a very big play. I don't understand the lighting packages in this. Player of the game, Chris Austin, 14-20 for 212 and 3 touchdowns. I believe that's the first time he's been player of the game. Martin, unfortunately, is out, so we'll have to see. Or Martin. Jackson, the running back, was out. Take a look at the plays here. I gotta drop my webcam for the thumbnail. This was a play that got looked at. It wasn't overturned, it was stands. Could have been, I forgot that play got looked at. Here's obviously the big play of the game. Nice run on the edge. That was a forced fumble. Boise State did not come up with the ball, but still a big play. This was the long touchdown pass that made it look a little closer on the scoreboard. 10-point loss. Closer than the game actually was. Boise State was up double digits for the entire game. It really wasn't in reach for Utah. Alright, here's our screenshots. Give me a good... Uh-oh. 0 for 2. Give me a good thumbnail. That's not terrible. Okay, that's... Alright. We got one of them. Whatever. Thank God they have that feature in here, because definitely helps that it's not the same image every single week. Alright, let's turn on my PlayStation 3 controller. If you watch the streams regularly... No. Check out the game stats. Player stats. I forgot to look at the stats after the Washington State game. I think that's the only time I didn't look. But I was going to say, if you watch any of my streams, you know how many controllers are within reach. 3 different PlayStation controllers and an Xbox One controller. Austin was 14-20, 212, 3 touchdowns. We knew that because he was player of the game. Rushing, Clark, 13 attempts for 15 yards. You definitely don't get the consistency that Jackson gives you. You got 8 for 50, 6.2 yard average when compared to a 1.1 yard average. We'll see Clark in the starting role most likely next season, as he is a redshirt junior. Utley 4 for 38, Rice 2 for 11, Wilson 2 for 23, Mayhew, Mayhew 2 for 28, Clark 1 for 76 in the touchdown. Tillman 1 for 7. Brooks 1 reception, 16 yards and a touchdown. Jackson 1 reception, 13 yards. And I should point out Rice had 2 receptions, 11 yards and 1 touchdown. So pretty productive day for the receiving core. It helps when your quarterback doesn't throw a bunch of interceptions and you are kind of forced to throw the ball a little more frequently when your star running back is out. Over here, looking at the sacks, half a sack to Leak, half a sack to Williams, and that it doesn't organize very well. Weird. 1 interception for Davis. Big play by him. So there you have it. We are going to get out of this game, and we're going to get you set for the Pac-12 Championship, which will be the next episode. We wind down Season 1. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I enjoy watching the games. I enjoy calling the games. And I like the format that I have going. But if you have suggestions, obviously, let me know. Leave them in the comments. All that good stuff. So Boise State really did take care of Utah there. Wasn't really ever in doubt. I think the closest Utah was like 7-3. But it was 21-3. And just not a whole lot going on for the Utes that time around. We will go ahead and advance. We'll advance to the bye. We'll get caught up on everything, and we'll get you set and ready for the conference championship game. So this one might be a little longer. So 8-4 Boise State is this season. The real life Boise State Broncos only lost one game. The simulation that was run in this game was 11-2, I believe. So we have double the losses and a few fewer wins. You can pick up win number 9 in a bowl game. I'm curious to see what bowl game we get to. We won't learn about that for a little bit, but that's okay. It probably won't be a very high ranking bowl game, which is unfortunate. Honestly, if Boise State didn't lay an egg in Eugene, could have been looking at a conference championship appearance. But instead, I think we'll have to see USC and Oregon maybe. And these simulations, the further you get into the season, the longer the simulations take. And the off season, I wonder if I should just record the off season video offline, because man, that stuff takes a long time. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, bum, bum. Scheduling visits. I don't really know what kind of games are happening in week 14. I think it's just some straggling games. We had a front-loaded schedule. I think we had a bye week. 4-star strong safety coming to Boise State, so that's good news. I think we had a bye week pretty early, but like week 2, maybe? But usually teams get 3 bye weeks, and so we get ours very late in the season. So, since this is a bye week, it's week 14. Go ahead and mark that goal complete. Alright. We only have 53% job security. We are in the bottom 5 as far as job security is concerned. Yikes. Hopefully we can do a little bit better next season. Let's look at the scores and schedule. This will give us the games that are happening this week. So it looks like there's actually a pretty good... Is there a Pac-12 game anywhere? I don't think so. Bedlam out west. Wait, hold on. So at week 14... So I think it may need to simulate into conference championship week, which is fine. Real quick, top 25 polls. Oklahoma State, Nevada, all the way up to number 2. Wow. Alabama, Oklahoma, Notre Dame. Thank God they lost. They lost to Stanford. Good. They dropped to 5. Mississippi State, South Carolina, Stanford, TCU, Michigan State, Auburn, USC, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech, Ohio State, Arkansas, Oregon, Illinois, Penn State, Florida State, Fresno State, Washington, Georgia, Michigan, and UCF. Also receiving votes, Georgia Tech, Maryland, NC State, Boise State, Southern Miss, Houston, West Virginia, Tulsa, Rutgers, Georgia Tech, NC State, and North Carolina all dropped from the top 25, heading into the final week of the season. Conference standings. I think this is all set and done. I don't remember seeing any of these teams playing, but Boise State finishes 4th with a conference record of 5-4, an overall record of 8-4. Behind Stanford, a team that we beat, Washington, a team that we beat, and Oregon, a team that we lost to. We beat Oregon State in overtime in an unnecessarily dramatic game, and then also we lost to a very bad Cougars team on the road. As for the South, it was USC's the entire time, 8-1. Utah, I believe, was 5-3 before they entered the game with us. So I think they were in second, but Arizona will sneak into that spot. UCLA, Arizona State, and Cal finishing 2-7. So it looks like it will be USC and Oregon fighting for the inaugural, in this game, Pac-12 championship. So let's go ahead and simulate to the conference championship. Alright, so here we are, conference championship week. No recruiting time left, we don't even have a game to play. But what you get to do in this game is you can go over here. We'll see what they have to say in Coaches Central real quick. We can go ahead and mark it. Okay. We can look at the scores and schedules. Where was the Wolfpack? The Wolfpack are number 2. Wow. Alright, scores and schedule. We can take a look at who is playing. Is Oregon at USC. I believe I went in when I initially started this. This is going to be at the Rose Bowl, because you don't have the new 49er stadium because it wasn't built yet or whatever. But this will be the next game that we play. It'll be Oregon versus USC. So we'll take a look at a couple of new teams. We did not have to play USC and Oregon. We lost to. Could have been us, but that's just how it works. So that'll be the next episode, which will happen next week. So stay tuned if you like that, and then there'll be a couple more episodes after that, and it should roll right into the second season of What If Boise State Joined the Pac-12. They finished 8-4 in the regular season. They're awaiting their bowl bid, and they finished 4th in the Pac-12 North. We'll see you next week for USC and Oregon.